What up? It's the boys, Jake, Paris, and Drew at Through the Ropes podcast, and we have a very special guest today. This episode will be brought to you by Great Northern Dispensary. He needs some good bud. Go check out Great Northern. It's better than great, baby. We have an awesome guest today. We have Dakota, Rhoads, and the champ, Stewart. How we feeling today?
I'm feeling real good. You know, usually after a fight, I'm all banged up, bruised up. I am banged and bruised up, but I'm not cut up. So that I'm grateful for. But we are heavily medicated today because no better way to heal the injuries than some good silverleaf and native grown dispensaries. But you know, let's go. Glad to be here.
Hashtag recovery. Yes.
I was gonna say.
So on your hands there, do they go X-ray the guns? Are they doing good? You had no breaks or anything?
Yeah, no, absolutely no breaks.
Nice.
We did get X-rays, and I'm super grateful. But I was throwing hard, and my hands were definitely. This is my fifth 5-round fight.
That's
and
insane.
This is the first time my hands have felt that way. So we're getting stronger. At least.
I have a theory on that too. By the way, it's your first fighting down like that at such an angle, and that's in bare knuckle. That's so hard for you just to not hit the top of their head.
Yeah,
and Jimmy's got a tough head. Even if you punch him in the face.
Yeah, he had an excellent game plan. Stay back, throw big shots. He knew he needed to put me out, and he kept his chin down. And he's just a legend. He's done it for years. His chin was down, his shoulders were up, and he protected himself. And for the most part, you know, I snuck in my sniper shots, but we were looking for the knockout. Good 5-round decision, and what an experience.
You know, it was nice watching your evolution as a fighter in general. Mm-hmm. Just working with that boxing club over there in Spokane. I don't know if you want to. What was the name of it again?
Eaglestone Boxing Club.
Eaglestone, and Coral was your your coach.
Coral. Did we hear pronounce it?
Is it Devereaux?
Devereaux. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice little French
I always
name.
second guess it, but it's
yeah. All right. Yeah, I saw like a marketable improvement. I kind of looked in the beginning of the fight. You came out with, I'm not going to say overconfidence, but Jimmy definitely earned your respect with his fists. And we watched, Jake said it, like between the rounds, you had a mindset change and you came out and executed perfectly the micro adjustments you needed on the fly.
Yeah, so. I that was a little bit frantic energy, and I even went back to the corner and said, okay, I got the jitters out. I ate his best shots. We're ready to go now. You know, I had to wake up. You know, the atmosphere is always different, and honestly, Florida was a lot quieter. Being on the stage, the way that the auditorium sits, it was a lot quieter, and I was able to focus. And it was a little bit more of a war, I would say, because Brian Duran was a little bit more active, but I do think Jimmy brought a better fight to me because like Jimmy put me down. You know, he definitely earned it. Like Jimmy is the man. Like Jimmy was my favorite opponent today. He brought the best out of me, and can't wait to see what's next after that one.
And then that had to be kind of a confidence boost knowing that he hit you with his best shot. He landed that shot, and it didn't even get a knockdown rule on it. Yeah. I got back to the corner. I survived this round. I know I can survive this. I don't want to do it again. Right. I know it's there, but
right. And we traded knockdowns.
Yep.
But Dan saw that he made a mistake with the first knockdown, me to him. So that's all that was. He didn't want to make 2 mistakes in a row. Well, he didn't want to screw one fighter out of a round because it should have been equal, and that's exactly what it was. That was a very good round and an awakening, and I made my micro adjustments like you guys said, and that's what I love about bare knuckle in the position that I'm in. I'm making this shit up as I go.
Really,
like it's every single fight's different. Like I don't have coaches that are bare. Nobody's done bare knuckle. Nobody is. I'm the bare knuckle guy.
And even the bare knuckle back in the day.
So now,
different.
So it's always the micro adjustments in the fight that I can take to my training later, and then that's where we're broadening our spectrum. But I have boxing, I have wrestling, I have my girl helping me with her Muay Thai style. Like it's
And she helped you tighten the mustache out. I seen it.
Yeah, great photos of me and Dakota. We had a great night. She had a great showing as well.
She won that.
Yeah, her draw. Because of how boxing is scored. Unfortunately, the pesky little knockdowns. She did great though. She did great. So.
Yeah, she was. If that went to a fourth round, she was winning that fourth round. She had broke that girl. Well, Dakota had broken that girl by at least the end of the second round. The third round was pretty much you kind of. I knew she had some more energy for you, but if that fight kept going, she was down.
Yeah, she was brawling. I know my technique was better, and I knew my technique was going to be better going into this fight, but the brawling was a new type of opponent that I haven't had before.
Yeah.
And that knockdown was the first time I've ever been knocked, even in practice. And it's weird because I've been hit freaking hard by males in the gym, and I have never been knocked. So I don't. And we replayed it. It was just a weird spot on the side of my head that just, I guess, made me go down
like
for a second.
Almost like a counter in an exchange, right?
Yeah, I think it was a overhand right or something. I can't remember.
It was fun to watch. It was definitely fun.
Like a punch that you wouldn't expect to like train against in the gym per se. Like at that range, it's like no one would really throw that. But when you're in the moment, you're like, I'm not gonna hit there.
Yeah, just the swinging, nonstop punching. Yeah. But
it wasn't a lack of a show for sure.
Yeah. Heart.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. A great experience. New eyes. It was like a different type of experience. Like, yeah, there's always going to be fans and an audience, but it's just like the lighting even felt different. It was really fun.
Well, and also to be on a card that your boyfriend is.
Oh, yeah. Also, the double adrenaline dump was crazy. By the time I was in the seat to watch him, my whole body was just like shaking like crazy. I couldn't control it. And it was like even hard to scream because like my energy was just out of like, it was crazy.
You look pretty exhausted at the after party.
When it was funny seeing you from when Paris and I were taking, I took some photos and he was doing his thing. You and your dress, obviously you looked great afterwards, but you had a nice little shiner after that and everything.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny seeing you, still dolled up, but then you had your war wounds as well.
Yeah, we have to. We always have to dress up.
Yeah.
That's like our thing now. And this time we were trying to go with like the Peaky Blinders vibe. And I think he definitely pulled that off really good.
Oh, he did.
But the sleek dress and stuff, it looked good, but it still came like all the way down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, yes. Thank you.
Can we just mention before we get off that subject, the black guy with her, me having hands that look like freaking balloons. I walked in to get my X-rays today, and the nurse literally and it like didn't even give me a chance because I even had BKFC paperwork in my hands, and it's like she didn't even give me a chance, and she literally told us if I wouldn't have told her what I told her, like she would have gotten up, walked away, and got like it would have been bad.
That's a nice shiner.
Like boy, but it's definitely wild being a fight couple. Let me tell you guys, especially as a male, you get a lot of looks.
So would you want to fight again and then like corner her on the same card again? Or would you like to split that up on something? Do you think that affected you going into your game? Into your fight?
I think now that we got through it, especially with a legend opponent like Jimmy, we could definitely do it again. But, she has her career, I have my career, and I'm never going to force bare knuckle. I do think David Feldman saw a lot in her that night.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to say no to that because I'm never going to limit her. Like that's unfair. But if we can avoid it, I'd rather her just, enjoy the ride. It's a lot better whenever I can help her to full capacity, and then she can help. Like if she has a fight camp, I can help her to full capacity. If I have a fight, then she can help me at full capacity. Because with a woman's support, it's like you can do anything, and like I have that whenever she's not in fight camp, but. We really did buckle down, and we did it. We did it as a team, and that just proved that we can do anything. So
from like pre-fight camp, because I didn't even think about that, how your focus would be split in fight. I just thought about at the fight and the day of, like that's a lot, like you're saying, a double adrenaline dump. In training, like I didn't even think where your mindset's at, trying to think about, Dakota just had that going on. Now let's work on these mitts together instead of you just being, okay, I'm working this. I got to worry about that. You got through it and you obviously executed well, both of you.
Yeah, it's just fight camps at a professional level. I'm so young and I need to learn because I know that there's a lot of people that are really, really good and really tough. And there's a lot of really exciting matchups for me out there, but I can't do it unless I'm getting better. And without like a full team on board and us working as a well-greased machine during fight camp, it's tough, and it was tough, but we made it through. Even with we had a couple injury scares, and it was, we made it through. And
do you guys feel like on the human level, like as a couple, do you came out of the fight camp stronger as a couple, or was that strength core to you being able to make it through?
I can see how she feels, but I felt real good after it. It's really good, and even the people around us think it's good. Everyone at the fights were like, "Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna propose to her after the fight? Are you gonna do it tonight? What a night to do it on!" And I just said, I probably would have, but I promised her I wouldn't do it in a ring. And because she doesn't want that type of attention, because she's introverted, I'm extroverted, but it would have been pretty freaking cool. It would have been probably the best place to propose.
Like set the ring on your belt and then hold it up.
But we can ask her on that. I just thought that we did have to work like as a strict team. It was awesome.
To be honest, I feel like with how much has changed in our life since we started dating, like our lives went from wherever we were at, like both Ammies, to like what the F just happened type of moments. And so I honestly believe like after every fight camp, our relationship just becomes stronger and stronger.
Because you guys had to move to Spokane like right before this fight camp.
We've had to sacrifice so much within this time frame, like traveling all the time, like basically living in our car because we're traveling nonstop just to keep adding more tools into his toolbox and vice versa. And so
it's full commit.
Exactly. But it's paid off. So whatever we're doing
it's working.
Yeah.
So you were saying this is your fifth fight where you've gone to the fifth round. How do you always manage to look so good after a fight? I'm not saying that you come out of these unscathed, but you manage to, do you just have a really hard head, or what do you got going on over there?
Well, I don't want to give out all my secrets. I'll tell you the secrets off camera, but there's some other I'm just getting better, and that's what I love to see. I was getting hit last night, and I'm surprised a couple of them didn't cut me. I got hit in the lip really hard. I'm super black in my lip right now, and it's crazy. And dang, I got off topic. Because I'm looking at that picture. They just have got to change that picture. There are so many other better pictures in that picture than what Bare Knuckle has as my champion picture on the website.
Well, they should use one of my pictures.
I was just going to say that. Just send a few to them.
BKFC with complaints, people.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
It's just pictures of Kai smoking
weed. That just shows the evolution. And from the Rusty Crowder fight, getting... it's either 12 or I got 17 stitches total on the night, or 25 stitches total on the night, and 12 total down my face for the Rusty Crowder fight. And I didn't like that, so we just found different ways to roll with the bare knuckles. We found different ways to get out of the way of the punches, and we're just gonna keep getting better. And then I have other routines that help keep the skin as good as it needs to be.
And I was just noticing, going back to the beginning, where your improvements, like it has a lot to do with your footwork and how he's hitting you at the edge of these punches, and when you're rolling through them, you had a lot better movement, especially going from that Krusty Chowder fight to the current one.
I see what you did there. The Krusty Chowder, I love it. It is my favorite.
Sorry, I shouldn't. It's a nickname. Anyways, you just really improved on all that, and that's where I kind of noticed most of it was in your movement, in your footwork, just going. You had that strong wrestling base. I've seen you use that work ethic you got from there into this boxing bare knuckle, making it up as you go.
Yeah, it's fighting, not boxing. So I do want to use every single aspect of the game. I know my holes. I know what I need to work on, and I think I know my I know for a fact I know my weaknesses better than all my opponents. So we're gonna keep making things happen, and I'm gonna keep getting better behind closed doors in the dungeons of Eaglestone Boxing Club, and I'm gonna be traveling for training quite a bit. I'm gonna try to link up with a coach down in Vegas. I hope I get to announce that soon. And I sent him a message today. Well, let's see. And we're going to see where we go. But I am going to travel a lot specifically for training because I want to be the best. And I want to be the best bare knuckler to ever do it. You know, wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah. The best bare knuckler to ever do it out of Great Falls, Montana. That now I'm fighting for legacy. Like I don't need the fighting payday because of the connections that I've made. I know that, you know, even if I have to work a job, I know that I'm going to find something that I love to do after fighting. So I'm battling with no pressure at all. Right now is like, okay, how good can you really get? How good are you? Now we've proven I'm 7-0. I've done so well where I'm at, but how good can we be? Can I be the John Jones of BKFC? Can we do it? Let's go.
Legitimately.
So now with you destroying the division like you have, are you going to start going up to 155? Like you said, I seen Howard Davis tried to kind of call you out on Instagram a couple of days ago. I mean, would that be, you were kind of talking about wanting to jump up. What are your thoughts on that? Does this division, I mean, obviously with what Brandon Allen did to Timmy Mason, would that be the next fight that you would take, or what would happen there?
Everybody that doesn't even know that what's going on with, because I've never been offered Brandon Allen, and I never say no to fights. Just, and there's just, I have proof of that. All I care about is how much am I getting paid and where are we doing it, so I can plan ahead. And that's all that matters. And I've never had a choice in who I fight. I was very vocal about Jimmy, and that's why I think they gave me Jimmy, because it was a fight that excited me, and because I've done literally everything they've asked, including being the B-side in my last 2.5 fights. They were on the fence because I think they wanted to work with Joe Riggs, but they decided Kai Stewart was better than that. So you know, I think that I'm just in a good spot, and I respectfully, if we look at the rankings, I've beaten everybody in those rankings. Right. And James Brown is just not even a contender. Yeah. And Brandon Allen just hasn't fought Brian Duran. He hasn't fought Howard Davis. He hasn't fought Jimmy Rivera. Oh, those are all people that I have fought. Right. And people that don't even know what's going on behind the scenes thought that Brandon Allen was struggling with Timmy Mason until Timmy Mason got reckless because he got scared. I think Timmy Mason was doing really, really good until I think he got a little bit scared and cold feet, and then Brandon Allen kind of picked him apart because he came in reckless. He looked like he didn't even train. Like, honestly, we've seen
it looked like a different Timmy.
Yeah, we've seen different Timmys, and that's not taking anything away. We never know what's going to go on fight night. Yeah. But I do think that I'm in a position to where that does everything for Brandon Allen and nothing for me. That's or fair. The division. It does nothing for BKFC. It does nothing for the division. It solidifies me literally cleaning out the whole division. But why can't he fight a UK guy? Right. Why can't we really make this a world title? Have a UK versus USA #1 contender fight, and then
do a whole card like that.
Because listen, 6 months off, that's a champion's courtesy. Brandon Allen don't need 6 months off. If you're the #1 contender, you'll keep the #1 contender. You'll fight somebody that's not 1-1. We can make this a true world title.
That's fair.
And then I fight again, in about 6 months.
Well, and for people that don't know, I feel like the HT and Duran, those were who I feel like BKFC was trying to promote as like the next big guy. And it seems like everyone that they throw your way, you manage to kind of squash. And not saying that you're ruining their plans, but like I said, it does seem like they were trying to make them kind of the golden children of the featherweight division.
I think we'd call this disrupting. I'm disrupting bare knuckle. I love it. And I'm changing the game. There's no more brawling. I'm bringing technique into this. I'm bringing a style that is, I'm not getting cut in 5-round fights. I know people want to see knockouts. I know people want that, but
that comes.
I'm winning fights and making it look fucking good.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think with that, maybe move it up to 145 or something like that? Do you think that would give you that little bit of extra power if you were ever to do that?
Oh, yeah. If I went to 155, yeah. If I went to 155, I would definitely feel... I would definitely get a lot more power in there because I do cut quite a bit of weight. I feel really good whenever I cut down because I feel like I think of a starving animal, like ready to kill.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm faster, but I do think that I can compete with anybody. I watched the Spain fight. I think I can beat either Tony or Tenaglia. They were good in the first 2 rounds, but they both slowed down significantly. They both did keep throwing, but it was no technique, no nothing. And you do that against somebody that's fresh in the 5th round.
Yep.
You're screwed. So I think I can take either one of those guys out. So I'm really open to anything, but I'm one good performance away from helping BKFC be like a super I'm helping form BKFC into what it is, and it's as a homegrown fighter, I want to be that guy, and I can't backstep. So whatever I'm going to do is going to be forward. 155 is heavily forward. Fighting a UK guy, fighting the Thailand champion, fighting Dan Chapman. I can fight anybody in the world, but you're going to give me somebody that does no needle movement? Come on, let's be real. I get it. Yeah. And people will say that I'm bitching, but I'm not bitching. I just don't say no to fight.
At a certain point, people have to have, with what you've done, people should have to have a certain bit of background before they come to challenge the title.
You sold me on a UK USA card. I would buy that pay-per-view today.
Yep.
We would talk about it for the 3 weeks before the fight. Yeah. That would sounds exciting. That gets my blood going.
And I've been called out like every single day by UK guys. UK guys are harassing my coaches on Instagram, and then my coaches roast them way worse back. But it's great. Yeah. I do think that it's time to really make this a world title for my division, and we saw what Dave Mundell did overseas. So, let me cook. Let me do my thing. Let me and my girl travel the world. Let's blow this thing up and let's have some fun, because I can be a global superstar, but I can't do that fighting people that don't have any following. Right. No, it does nothing.
Yeah.
When I had brought that up to Mundell, we were talking this through Instagram a while back, and I said it would be cool, just like you, Mundell, some of like the better champions that we had. I mean, Shroud just sends some of the best of our best, and maybe even some people that aren't champions right now, like Watson is a really big one. But I thought it'd be cool just to send some bangers across the season, just have a good old USA versus UK kind of thing. Everyone likes, the England versus USA aspect. So,
bare knuckle is going to be insane, and I'm leading the pack, and I'm grateful for it, man. Grateful as Montana, where I'm sitting right now. Like it's awesome. We don't see that from around here often. It's not like New York City. It's not like LA. It's not like Hollywood, Florida, Miami. It's just, we're just doing our thing. Hard work, dedication. 7-0 in bare knuckle. Who would have known? Who would have known?
Who would have guessed that? When you started, right?
Yeah.
When you just showed up to a gym and you had nothing better to do.
Right.
And based on the noise level just at the weigh-ins, and then how the crowd was at the fights, we had talked a little bit when I was visiting my sister, and you swung over for a little bit and we smoked, and I know you were a little concerned about, with you moving to Spokane, about your fans still respecting what you're doing and whatnot, and I feel like the love was definitely there. How did you feel, with the crowd reaction just at the weigh-in?
Well, listen, without me respectfully, bare knuckle would have never came back to Montana. So that's my love letter to Montana, to say that, hey, I'm still a Montanan, but I have to go get better. And I all my coaches are on board. My coaches told me to go,
Yeah, it's what you got to
do. We just got done with dinner with Dave, and it's all love. And I'm grateful, and Montana showed out. Montana showed out enough that, I do believe Bare Knuckle might come back to Montana again. And if that happens, I'm definitely can't wait to. I think that we can double the attendance. We just need a little bit more time to market it.
Yeah, that did feel like it was a little short on marketing. I didn't see a lot of advertisement for it, and I didn't see him push it a lot, especially compared to that Duran fight. I felt like they pushed that Duran fight a lot on like everything. And this one, it just kind of happened. But we still showed up. Like you said, Montana, we're almost sold that puppy out.
And I don't think anyone questions the fact that you definitely brought that back to Montana for sure. So.
Yeah, I did it out of spite because, a certain somebody said I couldn't punch my way out of a paper bag. I am no more than a subpar amateur, but now his worst nightmare is collecting interest. So it's like, fuck. Might as well see how far we can take this, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that moving around and training with different training camps and I know the move to Spokane and whatnot, do you think like getting different looks has helped you, or do you think what's different about you for that?
So more opportunity. There's going to be more opportunities for sponsors out in Spokane. But I always give opportunities to Montana companies first. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We have practice partners like Brady Heastan. We have 5 different gyms. So in Montana, we have like 5 major quote unquote major gyms, and in Spokane there's that in one little area. And since me and Dakota have moved over there, we have actually gotten teams to come together, coaches to come together. We've started training in my coach's backyard with coaches from all different gyms. It's been insane, and it's crazy what a little bit of unity can do in like a disruptor like myself, because I'm not an MMA fighter, I'm not a boxer, I'm a bare knuckle fighter. So it's like I'm kind of my own thing. I don't go into a gym saying, do you guys promote bare knuckle boxing? Like I do that. But I get to help all these other guys bring people in, and having coaches like Dylan Lemry helping me and my girlfriend out. It's amazing. We just have such a community over there of like-minded individuals that can put their all into this. Because in Great Falls, we all have to work. We all have to make a living. We can't just focus. There's not enough population to, even if you had a quote-unquote successful gym in town, that's not making enough money to do that. It's just not possible here. It's unfortunate. And people can do that in Spokane, and that's what makes it different. I was hitting mitts 3 times a day. That's the big money. Like that's the difference. But not to mention, I'm gonna continue to travel and train. I'm gonna set up women for my girlfriend to train MMA, grappling, all this stuff for traveling. We're gonna start traveling and doing a lot more with as many people as we can. I think I'm going to try to find a super high level boxing coach, like I was saying, and it's going to be really, really, really fun. But we're going to train in Great Falls still. We're going to set up sparring sessions here. We're going to train our fight camps in Spokane, and then we're going to go from there.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, at least you're not allowing it to plateau. It sounds like you got plenty of ideas to keep the rise going. What was that moment like for you? I seen just a little clip where you were talking about, I was wondering what you were doing when you were holding the 4 up in the air to be, I know the illustrious thing is the 4-time champ, especially, I have a lot of wrestler buddies that were state champions and stuff. And to be robbed that final one your senior year, was it your senior year, right? Yeah.
Well, I actually so I was only a 1-time high school state champion, but I was in the state finals 3 times.
Okay.
And I got second my sophomore year, first junior year, second senior year, and that one was a heartbreaker because I lost to the kid that I beat my junior year. He's a stud. He was a 3-timer. I took his 4th.
There you go.
But having a 4th world title, getting to do it at the Metra, like 4-time world champion, like that's almost, I wake up every morning seeing these belts laying around, and I'm just like, what is this is crazy. I'm living a dream. I just posted on my Snapchat, I'm dreaming. I am dreaming. It's such a wave. It's a wave of emotions every time. My girlfriend gets to experience it with me, and she's doing great herself. I think that we're gonna really push her over the next couple months because she's got her beautiful black eye. But we once that's healed up, we're gonna get her back in there. We're gonna get her a fight soon-ish. We're gonna enjoy our holidays, but we're gonna get back soon. How do you feel about that?
I just heard enjoying our holidays because this is going to be our first Thanksgiving. We're going to actually be able to celebrate and eat Thanksgiving food because the last 3 years of our relationship, somebody's been cutting. So we haven't been able to truly celebrate Thanksgiving. So, and also Christmas. So that's going to be a double.
Cookies.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I don't do my weight cuts. I do a weight cut every year in January for that exact reason. I do January for like 6-8 weeks. I lose like 15, 20 pounds every year. Then I rebound back by the end of the year. Then I lose the 15. I'm going to do this till I die. Like that or get on steroids. But yes, right. It works.
It's a great system.
So you'd be spending the holidays over there. You going to come back home for them, or what are you thinking?
We might even travel. We just have a little bit of time. Technically, we don't even have a house or a place in Spokane because we were just temporarily renting a place from Brady Heasan because we moved in a 48-hour spree. Like we had no idea that it was going to come up that quick, and it came that quick. We didn't have a place to live. He let us stay there, and now we're going to try to find something different, and it's going to be really, really, really it's going to be a fun couple weeks, but we're going to jet out of Great Falls once we tie up some business and go find us a house. We're going to get our dog Milo that we're going to rescue. Nice. He's a doodle, and my coach actually rescued him, and just the wife does not like him, and he loves us, and he's a goofy dog, and I want him. I want him, and it's time.
And where you're at in life, like no kids, you're gonna have a dog. You're in the perfect time to be doing this. Like you're saying, you're living the dream.
Yeah.
So it's insane. It's insane to watch, man, especially coming from this little town.
Yeah.
Like
CMR Wrestling. Let's go.
Yeah.
So since you're finally able to eat for Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm a huge
Turn that mic.
Turn it up.
Yeah, there we go. So you can hear you a little bit better.
Right.
There you go.
I'm a huge mashed potatoes and gravy person, and then I love the little cookies for Christmas that have the Hershey's in them. So both of you, I want favorite Thanksgiving food and then favorite Christmas dessert if you have one.
Ooh, I like anything in a roll. Pumpkin cake roll, chocolate cake roll.
There you go.
I've had quite a few different rolled cakes. I like it. It's my thing. I'd say that's my favorite dessert. And then we have my favorite dish. Depends on what train of thought, because I love a good prime rib, but I do like a good mac and cheese, but it has to be like, there's a difference between like, mac and cheese for there's that, that's kind of, it's good but wasted calories, but then there's like some homemade good mac and cheese. It's one of those. Yeah.
Next time my dad makes his smoked 4-cheese mac and cheese, I'll let you know, and I'll save you some.
Okay.
All right, Dakota.
So my favorite dish is definitely the green bean casserole. And then for Christmas dessert, a chocolate cream pie.
There we go.
Nice.
Green bean casserole is my girlfriend's favorite too.
I love it. That's my...
Stuffing. Oh man.
Green bean casserole is like my absolute least favorite thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your favorite. I'm like,
no.
You're like,
green beans I can't do.
It's so good.
I love it. That's deviled eggs and green beans are what I'm always asked to make.
Deviled eggs are my favorite.
Yeah, I always end up making like 150 deviled eggs.
They're good too.
Thanksgiving.
I'll eat 120 of
Must
them.
be real good then.
They are.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I've eaten many dozens of them.
Oh my god.
So if you are around for Christmas, let me know and I'll save you a couple.
Are there any fights that you're excited for that are coming up that you just like want to watch or anything like that?
Christine Faria is always a dog. I'm just excited to see what they do with Philly. I will be in attendance for that one. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Florida yet. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Bare Knuckle and see if there's anything that they can do for me. G's fighting, that's always a great one.
Yeah.
I would love for them to announce a Bryce Hall fight. Bryce Hall was cheering for me, and
Yeah, I've seen that.
I hope that something like that comes up. is there anything announced for January other than because they haven't even announced Philly yet?
No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought is G fighting in January or at the end of December?
December.
Okay.
That's just a lot of traveling. I don't really. That guy's an idiot. We don't even got to say his name.
So Dakota, you don't have any fights as of right now planned? You're not going to sneakily get on seasons meetings or anything like that?
No, we have a few trips planned to do that will just chill for a little bit, settle into our place, stress-free, get our trips done, and then
get back to the grind.
Start 2025 with a bang.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a follow-up on that. Like, if you had a choice in whatever organization, would you choose... What kind of bout? Because you're at wide open. You can do anything. Kickboxing,
I know
Muay
I've had
Thai.
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you're wide open.
It's probably gonna be MMA.
Yeah.
And I'm probably thinking January time frame.
Yeah,
As long
just
as
like you're saying, like
everything's
time frame wise. Then they'll announce it. Then you can start your fight camp. Then
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
MMA. I want to definitely get my MMA record up.
Yeah, arm and stuff.
So are you just having a hard time finding women that at that weight that want to fight you, or?
No, I mean I will say there's been a lot of grapplers out there wanting to fight me. That's the main ones. I haven't really had any strikers come about, but no, I've had a few. I can't remember their names.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember their names.
So you're able to find women to train with at your weight or similar weight easily enough? Like
in Spokane there'll be way more options.
Yeah, obviously.
Not like they're gonna be around my weight, not something drastic. Probably because it's probably around like 135 would be the most. And I walk around about 135. So
yeah. So you'd be fighting. So she's like 145 ish. Yeah. I see what you're saying. So which is like enough for you to toss. Yeah.
And they're mostly grapplers in Spokane, and I need grappling experience. So.
Yeah, you just got to be put in a bad position and survive, and then you figure out how to do good.
And you learn.
Yeah. Then you're the cat eventually, and they're the mouse on the ground.
So not many fight plans. So are you two going to be doing a bit of snowboarding this winter then?
I've only snowboarded twice, and I'm not very good at it.
Clavicle once. So.
The first time I went, I broke my clavicle.
A 50% success rate.
Yeah. So we're doing all right. It's freaking exhausting. Yeah. Especially when you have no idea what you're doing, and you're falling and having to get back up. So it's exhausting, and I kind of want to try to ski. Everyone keeps telling me to ski, but it looks sketchy. Like it looks scarier to fall if you get scared, like then it's like on a snowboard you just sit if you get scared. How do you just stop on a ski type of?
I've never skied, so I've been wanting to try it out, but I'm always too scared because I'm always worried I'm gonna like do the splits or some crazy shit, and then
when I skied, I did a cross country skiing thing with Smith and Rogue one time, and I wiped out pretty hard because they're like pizza. Oh, like that kind of that video that kid who was yelling pizza. But I was going down this hill and it was just like ice, and there was like no way for me to stop, and there was like a bunch of snow off to my right, so I was gonna go that way and hit it because it looked like a bunch of powder, but then when I hit it, it was like ice and rock hard, and I tumbled, and like my camera, like the lens came detached from the camera in my bag. Ski was over here, ski was over there, like I yard sailed on that. But then I also broke my shoulder too, snowboarding. So
no, I'm square.
Yeah, my left one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, right here.
That's how I did.
I had to have
because you're
surgery.
leading with it. Yeah, I'm square on all that, dude.
We all got it. Dude.
Yeah, we all got it.
Yeah, but just clicks.
Snowboarding's super fun. Like Kai and I went snowboarding, and that was a blast.
I do want to go, and whenever I'm back in Montana, I'm gonna definitely plan it to go to Showdown. That's always a great place to go, and I know there's some places fairly close to Spokane as well. But I'm at a really big position right now, and I'm all gas, no break right now. By the time I'm 25, 26 years old, we just got to keep getting better and keep doing my thing. I'm going to have all the time in the world. And at, 29, 30, 31 years old, I'm still, young. I'll be able to be young there to do it. So I have to be careful. I'm going to go a couple times, but Last year I probably would have hit like been like, yeah, let's go. I'm down. But now it's like, dang, I have big shoes to fill. I'm gonna fill them.
Paris was talking about you're hitting some crazy jumps when you guys went and filmed that stuff together.
Yeah,
so.
Kai definitely sent it.
Yeah, won't be getting quite as wild then.
Yeah, well, I always say that, and then and I always say it, and then I'm just gonna. I just want to try it real quick.
And I'm seeing like that legacy talk you had earlier in the podcast that you're talking about. You can see that's what you're talking about right there in the back of your mind. I can't do this. My legacy depends on this. I can't. I shouldn't go do this. But I'm already here. I can't just sit at the cabin drinking hot cocoa.
Right. And then
I think I'm at that point right now after the knees and ankles back. So I'm gonna, you guys can go do that. I'm gonna drink hot cocoa, go outside, smoke some weed. You guys will come back. We'll talk about it. Tell me about your sick tricks.
Exactly. It's gonna be fun, but I'm gonna have a life of fun if I just stay on track. I'm so close to being a breakout, and that's just because BKFC's getting bigger. I'm already BKFC's breakout star. I'm the 2024 breakout star of the year. I have to be, which is going to be a pretty cool. And once bare knuckle grows, I grow, and then we're gonna have a great life.
And I think you're doing a good job on all of it, and you're doing the right stuff with the DL system. You know, that's really helping you on the back end. Just be able to make it to these older years, just physically, because it's a tough lifestyle to live what you're doing.
I might as well break it. Like 2 weeks, like a week ago, I was doing a routine lift and just I had something in my back. I thought it was crazy. Like I couldn't walk for 2 days.
Yeah, I believe
a week before the fight. A week before the fight, and I went to this chiropractor in town, Ron. I think his name was Ron. And do you remember the name of his place? I'm gonna get it and post it because that guy was insane. Yeah. He looked at me and was all like, we're gonna get you fixed up for your fight. And homie fixed me up perfect for the fight night, zero pain. Like there was a moment that we were about ready to pull out of that fight.
Yeah.
Like Trosper Chiropractic Center. Shout out. He literally he saved
show you guys a picture.
He saved BKFC Montana, and he has some pre-regulation equipment that he busted it out, and I was like, holy moly, this guy is actually about to fix me up crazy.
Like some crazy like little science
and he's an older guy. It reminded me of just a mad scientist that liked to just fix people and doing his thing. And, so I'm really grateful for him. He saved it, and I hate even talking about pulling out of a fight, but there was a moment in time that it was scary, and we battled through that adversity, and we came out victorious.
Well, and like Drew was saying, I think obviously what kind of starts to separate you from other fighters, or just that mindset that you were talking about. Like you said, your legacy. You're willing to forego some of the crazier fun stuff right now. I feel like that the mindset that you've had every time I've had the privilege to watch you fight, it seems like you just get that much more determined and that much more on the path that you're pretty much, carving for yourself. What does that take for you to kind of just constantly be in that mental mind zone? I know you've been working with Homeboy and whatnot. Like, what has that done for you? Like, as far as like your evolution, obviously you took DL to the next system. What are you doing to take your head and your mind space to the next place?
Yeah, Mindset Mike, bulletproofing my mentality. Mindset Mike, love the guy. And he came in. He came into Billings. He was there. But it boils down, fact of the matter, just be grateful for what you have and work hard. Realize that this is a choice that I'm making. I don't have to do this every day. Mm-hmm. I wake up and I get to, and I'm making good money to do it now, and I'm grateful for it. I've won world titles. There's people that would kill to win a world title. Now I have 4 of them. I got 4 of them, and we're just gonna keep stacking them. So a loss will not define my future. You know, no matter what, I'm gonna be happy with my life. Fighting is just a tool and route that I think that I can exponentially grow my money, and it's gonna be fun to see, because I'm just floating on gratitude. I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for the opportunity to wake up every day and be physically able to do this.
Well, that's good. We really appreciate you guys coming in. We should probably wrap this up. You have some business you said you need to attend to, and so we're going to have to get this going. So, hey,
it's a great one.
Well, Montana's grateful for you guys.
Oh, yeah. So much.
Yeah, well, real quick, Silverleaf Dispensary, native grown dispensary, Harvey Singh with Singh Contracting, Lithia Dodge, Teriyaki Madness. They fueled my fight camp and made sure that I was good to go. HK USA also had, they did my gloves, Dakota shorts. Connor Lorenz in Billings, what a guy. Montana Meal Prep got us some meals made. That was amazing. And
those look delicious.
The community, my sponsorship community, all the people that I've mentioned, and countless others. If I didn't mention it, it's not because like I'm mean and I don't like you, and I love all my sponsors the same. I just there's just so much support. Yeah. There's just a laundry list, and at this point, like, I've become one of Bare Knuckle's favorite fighters. I'm the fans' favorite fighters. I'm just not the fighters' fighters' favorite fighters, because they want what I have, and they all think that they can beat me, and then they can't. So
you have a whole community of fighters who do like you, so that's kind of another thing. So the guy who's going to fight you, he don't have to like you.
Exactly.
Train like you don't.
But and needless to say that the support is amazing from all my sponsors, and I'm grateful. I'm a Montana kid getting to do it, and keep tuning in, because I'm gonna keep Montana on the map. We're gonna keep coming back to Montana. We're gonna fill the Metro even more full. Like, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, we're proud of you. Happy for you, Dakota. You want to shout anyone out?
All of those, literally, plus Hinton's Tire Service, and also Bone.
Bum?
Thank you. Bone.
Oh, Bone. They said Bum. I was like, damn, okay.
Oh, that would be dope.
They be throwing out cash, too.
No, they're a company out of Germany.
Alrighty, guys. This is Drew with Through the Ropes podcast. See you guys next time.